Okay. Let's do this. Okay, hello. This is fine. You can see my crotch. I don't like this. Let me fix it. Maybe I'll put you closer. How's everyone doing? Yes, this is better, much better. 26 people. Ты поляк? Да, я поляк. И русский, и украинец. I am Russian, Ukrainian, Polish. My parents came from Latvia to Canada in the 90s. I have a lot of, I'm very Slavic, everything Slavic. So I can't start the live one yet. I'm laughing too much. Okay. I'm literally trying to set up my tech. How are you laughing? Okay, let's see. Can I share my screen on, let's do a Q&A. Start a Q&A. Okay, Slavic Therapy. I'll say, why are you debil? Done. Okay? I'll put it somewhere. Why are you debil? Right in the corner there. And start. So you can ask questions there, and we will see if anybody has questions. If not, let's see if I can, I don't know if I can share my screen, but I have my MacBook here, and I will pull up some Slavic therapy questions that I probably will not include in the other videos. This is my notes app. I am stand-up comedian, so I have a lot of crazy notes. If I lose access to this notes app, I live on the 10th floor of my apartment building, okay? I will jump off because, and if you have access to my notes app, just know I am a good person inside. Don't listen to what it says. Okay. So, Slavic Therapy, or no, it's under YouTube. Slavic Therapy 9 just came out. I haven't filmed 10 yet, but if you guys like, do you know the video I posted with the Slavic man explains Dostoevsky? So I made one about Tolstoy that I'm very happy. I enjoyed making it, so hopefully you enjoy it. Or you know what? I don't think I'm going to make this, post this full version under my YouTube, so let's see. Okay, we have a few Slavic therapy questions that I will read. So these are actual emails I get. Basically, I get emails, I save them in my notes app for later, and then when I'm writing these videos, I go through them. I'm like, okay, this one sucks, this one maybe, this one's funny, I will reply to it. So I will read you some of these. Here's a short one. Dear Uncle Vanya, my friends accuse me of being a Slavabu? Slavabu? I don't know what this means. I am European Arab mix and sympathize with the resilience and generational trauma which Western debils don't understand. Can I be honorary Slav? Yes, of course. I get a lot of these emails like, I am French, teach me how not to be debil, this, that. I said this in my video, I think. Being Slavic is not about, it's not about your background or, you know, I do my live comedy shows, Slavic comedy shows, and there is white people, black people, Asians, Muslims, Christians, Jews, everything, right? Being Slavic is not about what you look like. It's about what's in here, you know, your heart. And in here, not being debil, and also, you know, in here, some vodka, right? No. Don't be debil cup. Get it on my website. These are so fun. I love this. Great Christmas gift, by the way. All right, let's see. Let's see. What are these little crowns? XP. I have a crush on you. I have a crush on you too. I have a crush on every follower. Oh, we have Latvian flag. Yes, my parents came from Latvia. We're not Latvian. So I think this is what happened, how my family ended up in Latvia. By the way, if I'm switching between accents, I will try to stay in character. Sometimes I forget. It's easier when you're filming the video. So my parents came to Latvia. No, my grandparents came. My great-grandpa came to Latvia because after the war, he was a general in the Second World War, obviously. And from what I understand, from what my family told me, he came to Latvia because when, after the war, Soviet Union sent Russian people to be, Soviet people to spread the values of Sovietness in different countries, and they sent my grandfather to Latvia. So my Russian family ended up in Latvia. That's how it happened. Okay, let's see. Let's do another. Will you cover Bulgakov too? I actually don't know who this is. Hello from Serbia. Serbia is very good. Balkan. I like Balkans. I do shows with my friend Ryan Radusinovic. He is Balkan guy. Very funny. He is Serbian. So a lot of Serbian people. You guys drink rakia. It's like shitty version of vodka. It's not as good. Rakia is, alcohol is alcohol, but come on. Potatoes. You must ferment potatoes. What's rakia? It's like plum. What is this plum? It's fruit. Fruity. Gay. I don't like. Okay. Bless you. Did I sneeze? Hey, yes. Ryan is hilarious. This is, next time I promise I will plan this out better. This is like test. So whoever's in the chat right now, you are seeing the creative process as it goes. I will learn how to, next time, first of all, I will change the orientation to make it horizontal, like landscape. And I think that will be better. And then maybe we can stream, I don't know, I do too much. Stand-up comedy, content, podcast, streaming. I don't know if I want to be streamer. 36 people. Well, at least you're having fun. Maybe not. Okay. Let's find a nice email. This is actually a good opportunity for me to read these emails and see which ones I want to respond to. Like, here is an example, right? Okay. Oh my God, this is a long one, by the way. Usually, advice, if you want to submit for Slavic therapy, please make the emails concise, okay? Because I read, and then I have AD, DD, hui, whatever. I'm like, I don't remember where I am, and I just call you debil because I did not finish the email. But, so make the emails a little shorter, please. It's better for the algorithm. Quick email, question, answer. I help you fix debilism. This is a good one. I don't have anything in life. That's the subject of this email, I swear. You see this? I don't have, imagine I get emails every day like this, like, I don't have anything, my life sucks. I'm like, oh boy. Well, I don't know how much I can help you there. That is good. That means you're a real Slavic person, Life is suffering, like Dostoevsky said. I am serious about this. That's the point of life, is suffering, right? Because without suffering, there is no happiness, right? If everything is good, joy all the time, what's the point of having good moments in life, right? Hello, Uncle Matt, hello. I'm from Panama, living in Spain, Carolina, greetings. Hello, from Panama, living in Spain. I've been to Spain, Barcelona, and Tossa de Mar. Very fun. What was I talking about? Oh yes, suffering in life. Suffering is good, I think, because there's another guy, Dostoevsky. There was another guy. He's more recent. Bukowski, Charles Bukowski. I think he's an American guy, but he has Slavic last name, obviously, born in America. He was very nihilistic, He's like, what's the point of everything? Get drunk, get strippers all the time. That I do not approve of, but his overview on life was people try in the West, to create perfect environment for everything, like Amazon delivery right away, food delivery right away, everything is comfort. But in life, you don't want too much comfort, right? Because if everything is comfort, there is no joy, because you get desensitized. You have to suffer to enjoy the good moments in life. This is very basic to me, but I don't think a lot of people realize this in life. So, okay. Anyways, back to the email. I was reading one of the emails. The subject is, I don't have anything in life therapy. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. In a month, I'll be 30 years old. I feel like nobody. I don't have a husband. I don't have children. I don't have a university degree. I have never had a job, and my parents support me financially, but they are tired of it. Excuse me. But they are tired of it, and I understand them. And it's hard to get a job when you reach 30 and have never worked. Besides, I don't have any friends. I feel like I have nothing in life, and this depresses me. I feel very old because I turned 30 years old. Thank you. Have a good day. First of all, 30 is not old. It's like still, you know, my babushka is 80 and she runs faster than me. So if you play your cards right, you have a lot of time to get your shit together. Also, I understand your depression, you know. It's, like I say, depression is your choice. My best solution for depression is just don't be sad. That's it. Vodka can help not to be sad. Yes, automatic happy feelings, but then the next day, especially if you're 30, that is, you know, when I was 18 years old, I feel like I drink vodka and next day I wake up, I feel better. It's like multivitamin, you know. Now if I drink, oh my God, I need to be careful. I need to hydrate. But yeah, life is pain and suffering for everybody. What makes it worth living is spending it with people you love, doing something you love. So that's my advice to you. You're 30 years old. You still have a lot of time. I don't know, like, you know, maybe, maybe not. But if you play your cards right, you be careful, you exercise and stuff, you have a lot of time if you're only 30, and you can find something you're passionate about and spend your time doing this. Because, you know, there's so many... I love getting older and meeting people and learning about what they like to do, because it's so, like me, you know, I've done many sports. I did judo, Muay Thai, I played golf, snowboarding, skiing, all that stuff, and stand-up comedy now, and I have master's degree in chemistry. This is true, Russian chemist, stereotype, yes. So many things that I've done, and I'm pretty young, and then when I meet people and they are experts in their field, I just love to listen to them because it's so interesting. Anything in life, like the most debil, mundane thing, like, I don't know, I don't want to choose something because I don't want to be mean, but like anything, okay? Like rock shaping, I don't know, rock sculpting, whatever, throwing rocks. If you go deep enough into any subject, it becomes interesting, you know? It becomes something worth exploring, which is great. There's so many things to choose from, and you know, you have only a very short life. I actually live, I'm not going to tell you where I live. I'm just going to tell you that I live, my balcony faces cemetery, literally. I face the cemetery, and I love this because, first of all, when I go for a run, it's very easy. You go through cemetery, but also it's like what they call it, memento mori, you know? It's a reminder that we die. And there's this one tombstone that I walk by every time I go for a walk in the cemetery. It says, and I read it every time, so I literally remember what it says. It says, some guy that died, obviously. It'd be crazy if he's still alive and has a tombstone. He's dead, I think. So it says, the greatest maxim I can give is make the most of days you live, realize that life is short, and live each day as all men ought. That's how much every day I walk, every time I walk by it, I read it, because the first time I read it, it just resonated with me. So, yeah, exactly, memento mori, remember that you will die. So I think that the key to happiness in life is realizing how many amazing things there are to do and dedicating yourself to one of them as deeply as you can. And obviously you live in a society and you have to pay taxes, and you can't, you can dedicate yourself to being drug addict. That is also A lot of people do it nowadays, especially if you live in Toronto and go on the subway. Lots of people very dedicated to taking drugs. But you know, you have to keep up a minimum for the other things, right? Like pay your taxes, make some money, whatever, pay rent. As long as you keep up the minimum with the other things and you spend your time pursuing your passion, I think this is good. And if you wake up every day with this memento mori thought in your head that you will die, and remember that I feel like people forget that they will die. It's like a concept that is too abstract. And for me too, like I can only philosophically talk about it because I've never, you know, knock on wood, I've never had crazy health scare. I'm very lucky. I'm healthy, I'm young, and you never know, it might go away. But for now, I've never had a true, you know, encounter with mortality. I've only conceptualized it. So, however, I realize that life is short, and I think if you look yourself in the mirror and say, think about what you have to do today, and if you are happy about it, that is good. But if you do this too many times in a row in the morning, and you don't want to do what you have to do in this day, I think you have to rethink your life, and maybe you're not prioritizing the right things. Because I know, you know, you have a job, this and that, but I think life is too short to do something you don't like. Okay, let's see. I have been just talking. I'm going to answer some questions now that there are some questions. I've let you guys say some stuff. Let's see. Hello, Uncle Matt. Hello, nice art. Yes, this is real art. It's in the background of all my videos. My wife's friend gave it to us as like a, I don't know, like a present. It's from 1991 by J. Deptuk. Sounds like a Slavic name, J. Deptuk. I don't know what it is. You tell me what it is. It's like, I think it's like a woman. You see? This is booby. This is, for me, booby. It's like one of those psychological tests, you know? What do you see on the ink blot? I am not gay. I see booby. If you're gay, maybe you see ballsack. And then, like, there's Easter eggs. There's random little women dancing. Like, that's a little, I don't know. It's an interesting piece of art. It's original. Okay. Bukowski, yes, Charles Bukowski, I like him. I've been reading a lot. My channel is full of books. I will check it out. Motivational speech for college campuses. Make money. Lots of debilism there. You know, I don't know if I want to do... I do enough motivation on YouTube. My passion is stand-up comedy. I do stand-up comedy. I'm working on my US visa. I'm doing a lot of shows now in Canada because I'm Canadian and I need to get a visa to go to US. But while I'm applying for visa, I think I will go to Europe, like a lot of countries there. Have like expats from Slavic, like, you know, Berlin, Amsterdam, a lot of European countries, and even Australia is, I will go to, I think, places you don't really need a visa to go do comedy. But you guys are awesome. I have so much support for this thing I'm doing and the character and, you know, my other clips that, you know, this year has been amazing. You guys just in Canada have been buying tickets, and I know most of you are not in Canada, so trust me, I will get the visa. I will keep growing. I will keep making these videos, and if you keep watching my stuff and eventually buy a ticket, I will say hi to you in person. Привет, ты классный. Ну, водки слишком много. I will tell you a secret. I am like, this is water. You think if every time I make a video I have to drink vodka? This is water. I'm hydrating. I swear to God. That'd be crazy. You know how much vodka I would have to drink? I make one of these videos almost every single day. Don't tell anybody. Okay, this guy is sad because he has no job. Yes, I am unemployed. I am unemployed. I'm doing what I love to do. I'm actually making money. Look at this place. This house, apartment is mine. I like it. Because thanks to you guys. But yes, if you ask my parents, I am unemployed. No. Actually, if you ask my parents, I am R word. I don't want to say it. I might get demonetized. Unemployed / stupid. Okay, congrats on your degree. Yes, I have degree in synthetic organic chemistry. I have bachelor's degree from University of Toronto in biological chemistry and master's degree in synthetic organic chemistry. Every day is a gift from God. Facts. I'm old. Nice. At least you are not debil. I hope I get to be old one day. That is my goal. Hashtag goals to be old. Being old is a blessing. That means you didn't die when you were young. Or, I don't know. Abstract art. Please, you untie your bun. That is, I mean, we like you a lot. I wish I could make a living on YouTube, but I can't. I don't make living on YouTube. I make living, I mean, I make a little bit of money on YouTube now, but look at my numbers. It's not enough yet. You guys, Slav Nation is growing. You guys more and more watching my videos eventually, but YouTube, Instagram, brand deals, Facebook, you make money just from the reels. So, you know, the more you watch and interact, I appreciate it because it does help me make money. And then the brand deals pay me more because I have a amazing following, you guys, that I can show products to, and they pay me for this if I believe in them. Yeah, and then also shows, because stand-up comedy is why I even decided to make a YouTube channel. But yeah, I thought you can get a job with biochemistry degree. Most likely it's not what you know, but rather whom you know. Of course you can get a job with biochemistry degree. I interviewed for a company. Before I decided to go full-time into stand-up comedy, I interviewed for multiple chemistry companies just to be a lab rat, essentially. Synthetic chemist, make drugs, you know? And the pay is horrible. I do 2 brand deals now. I make more than I would make in a year, believe it or not. And then consulting company. First of all, consulting, fake job. Okay, it's Googling with extra steps. You know, I go to Deloitte, big consulting company here in North America. I go, hello, I'm delighted to meet you, fuck off. But yeah, it's not. And then I'm like, this is not for me. I cannot sit still for too long. I have to. So stand-up was very hard for the first couple of years, but because of the magic of the internet and you guys, I'm now making a living doing stand-up, content creation, stand-up, everything. So thank you. We are from Romania, living in Ontario. Hey, come to one of my shows if you live in Ontario. I will be doing shows soon. I don't know. Look at my Instagram. Okay. I can relate to what feeling? Okay, let's do another Slavic therapy. This is a long one. Okay, I'm not going to read that one because most of you will leave. I don't know how to make this YouTube thing work. I don't know where to go live. I don't know. Maybe next time I just go. Yeah, I'll go live. YouTube live is good because it's like, I don't know why I decided YouTube. I will try every platform. Not TikTok. I don't like TikTok. China. Fuck China. Yeah, no, I'll do it on Instagram maybe next time. I'll try. Let's see. Are we all doomed to debilism? For perfume company as chemist. La Debil, yes. My perfume company would be called La Debil. Okay. Let's do another Slavic therapy question. We did 2. We have one here. We have one here. We have... What do we have? How are you doing? Single man or single woman? We help. There's 2 consecutive emails. I am single man, I am single woman. Let's help the single man first because that is, I can relate more to single men than single women. Personally, I have never been a woman. I guess in 2025 you have to say that now. It's not a given fact. Hello, dear Uncle Ivan. How are you doing? I'm 40 years old, single man, and trying to provide for my 2 sons. Nice. I live in Holland. and work in factory. So far, I'm proud of you. Where they make tапachki or tapushka, Tapuschka, with thick leather soles. Yeah, like tapushka. Maybe it's some kind of like tapachki, some kind of shoes, I'm assuming. Ideal for disciplined children. Yes. Thick leather soles, very good for disciplining children. I like my job at factory, but recently the CEO, Dalbayob, and management have decided to relocate the factory to low-wage country. They call this strategic planning. I call it short-sighted because he says thick. Maybe he is saying, see right there. I don't know if you can see it. He says okay, no, that doesn't make sense. Because I think, big booty Latina, or I think they'll lose real craftsmanship and loyal staff. To me, it seems in the hierarchy you go, the more debilism persons you meet. Can you tell me if this is true? And if this is the case, are we all doomed to debilism? Guys, I love you, but oh my God, so many of you, your grammar is just look, I think what this person is saying, basically he works at the factories that makes old-fashioned like craftsmanship shoes, and there is like a lot of companies now, like Chinese shoes, you know, cheap, and higher up in the hierarchy you go, you know, the boss man, CEO of this company is saying, look, you know, we're making these high quality shoes, but we're not making enough money. And that's the way things are going these days, sadly. It's all about mass production. China is making everything for 5 cents, you know, and selling it for $500. And yeah, I mean, craftsmanship is dying slowly. People are no longer, I think in this world, people are no longer specialists. You know, you used to, I feel like I wasn't alive back then, but based on what I read, you used to have to be a specialist. There was a craftsman, you know, who made furniture, who made shoes, who made hats, who made coats, made certain types of equipment, tools, right? Knowing how to work with your hands was more valuable, and then there was the Industrial Revolution, and then mass production, and now especially with technology and the, you know, it's so, the mass production is so, I guess, effective, or yeah, like you can make everything for so cheap now that it's dying. And instead of having very specific specialists in every industry, everybody's somewhat of a generalist. Even me, I'm in entertainment, right? I'm a stand-up comedian, but back in the day, to become successful stand-up comedian, you have to, for 40 years, you know, do like open mics and then do shows, not 40 years, but decades, and then somebody notices you and maybe you make it. But these days, you can't just do stand-up. Like, I am stand-up comedians, that's my main focus, but I have to do YouTube, I have to do content, I have to do podcasts, so I have to be more of a generalist. I have to know how to edit my videos, I have to know how to sell merch, I have to email the people for brand deals, and oh my God. It's, I'm thankful for this, it gives me a job. But for those of you who say I am unemployed, everything, now I have a few people that help me out. I have an amazing team, and they're friends and family for now, because but as you grow, it's harder to do everything yourself, because my job is to be funny and make you laugh and think about ideas, creative stuff to make you guys laugh. And that's enough of a job as it is. It's not that easy to make up stuff, but I have to be generalist and do everything. So bringing it back to your shoe things, yeah, I think they're not debils. They're just thinking about the bottom line, because that's their job. Their job is to run the company. They are not craftsmen. They are not making the shoes. So I understand how you maybe sentimentally are attached to the survival of your craft. But you have to remember, and this is a lesson from Lev Tolstoy, very great Russian author, is empathy. Empathy for your fellow human beings, right? Like, you can judge people for being bad people, bad CEO, he doesn't care about craftsmanship. Yes, but his job is to make money, that's why he was hired. For him to do his job and provide for his family, he needs to, you know, fuck you over to some extent. So it's bad, but it's the world we live in, and I don't know, I can't fix it. But anyways, okay, let's listen to some questions and then keep going. life is suffering, death is salvation. You know what? I don't think you should look at it that way. I think you should love life. Life is suffering, but that makes it beautiful. I think when I say life is suffering, it's not because I hate life. It's because it's true. No matter how happy you are, you suffer. The people you love, if you love somebody, to love someone, you have to accept the ultimate pain, because eventually you will lose them, whether you break up or they die or whatever, right? So for every positive, there is a negative, and life is beautiful. Suffering is beautiful. It's a part of life. So no, death is not the ultimate salvation, but death is a part of nature, and it is a part of life. And I think of all the people that I've discussed, so far I've only discussed Dostoevsky, and I've already shot the video, I'm editing it now, about Tolstoy. My favorite author, the book that I read that changed my life the most, so this is, what, we're 34 minutes into the live, 38 people watching this will see it, is kind of mainstream now, but Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, it changed my life. I read it at a very early age. I was still in university, maybe not that long ago. It was like 5-6 years ago, and I've read it since then 5 times. And every year I read it, I'm a different stage of my life, and I get something different from it. It's a beautiful book. But one of the main, I get 3 things from this book. Another great book that is connected to it, by the way, is this one. I'll show you in a second. But the 3 main messages I get from the book is judgment. You get to decide how you see things. It's not the things that happen to you, but your reaction that controls your perspective on life. Reason is basically what makes us human and different from any other animal is the fact that we have consciousness and a reason and a soul and morality. So that is what you have to guard every day. That's the main purpose of life, is to guard your morality and make sure to make the right choices that separate us from animals, right? Like I can choose to go kill, hunt, fuck everything I see, but I am a human with a consciousness and not an animal, so I have to make the right decisions. And lastly is nature, and by nature I mean death. Death is the biggest part of nature, because, you know, everything comes and goes, and that's the way of life. Right? Just like, and this is literally a quote from the book, something about an olive, on an olive branch, it is ripe and it falls to the ground and you eat it. And the olive dies, but it becomes a part of nature, and it is grateful to the tree which bore it. Yeah, it's a good book. Death is a part of life, and again, I can only conceptualize it philosophically. I can't talk about it because I don't know how I will feel when it comes around, but what I can do is prepare myself for the moment, and that helps me live the best life I possibly can, because knowing that I will die helps me live a good, valued, moral life today. Okay, Привет from Poland. Hello, I have a problem with my stupid neighbor. It's Russian Federation. Oh my God, a lot of people have problem with Russian Federation. Let me tell you this, you're not the only one. I don't know how to help you there. I don't have an army. This is true, too much vodka can be a bad thing. I drink beer now and then. I like the way beer tastes. I'm Americanized. You are handsome. Have you thought of trying to model? No, I am not pussy. Brad Pitt vibes, LOL. Imagine being a model. Like, no offense to models, but I have a brain, it's so superficial. And, I'm social media guy, so it's not like I'm not on social medias, blah, 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 but like, you're just a fucking meat coat hanger. I do love acting though. I do a little bit of acting. I've been in some stuff, but because I like telling stories. But it's not the same thing as modeling. And being, taking care of yourself helps for acting, I think. The lion doesn't concern himself with judgment. Yes, the lion only concerns himself with drinking vodka and not being debil. The lion is now choosing not to listen to you. Why? Did I say something? The lion paves his was through nature. Jesus Christ, can you, like when you type, can you just like look quickly before you hit send, say, okay, does this make sense? Here's your lesson of anti-debilism. Just these days, everybody, like my friends too, they send me text message, and then you know how like you can edit text message now. You send message, oh, typo, edit. Instead of editing, they send it, and then they send another text message with the edit, with the little star, as like, oh, like, you know, I said dog, but I meant fog or whatever, with the little star. Just read the message, or now there is a function to edit it. Jesus. Okay, sorry. This is ultimate debilism. Hello, Uncle Vanya from Bulgaria. Hello from Bulgaria. I came in late. What's going on? We're just talking about philosophy, death, life, you know, no big deal. Drinking vodka right now, you know, depending, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. For me, it's 11:35. Cheers. Ugh. I'm just chilling, feeding my crow. You have a crow? That's pretty cool. I have a fat cat. You want to see my fat cat? I will show you my fat cat. Ah, wow, wow. Oh. Oh, look at this guy. He is so fat. Say hello. Say hello. He was sleeping. Oh, maybe he will go there. Where are you from? I'm Canadian. Taking care of yourself makes life a little less miserable, yes. So if I'm German, Romanian, and Polish, what am I? You are a human being, just like me. I don't know these days why people care so much about, I mean, it's hypocritical coming from me. My whole thing is Slavic. But identity, I mean, that's the human nature, right? Is like creating groups. I am me, you are you, we are different, we fight. That's all of human history. It's just dudes on horses killing each other for land and pussy, right? But at the end of the day, we all came from the same, you know, we all, you know, whether you're religious or not, I'm scientist, so, and, you know, I'm not religious, maybe agnostic, I believe in whatever, but we are the same. We are human beings, you know? I think it's stupid. And this is like, I'm like very hipster thing to say, oh yeah, man, nah, war is horrible, we're all brothers, man. But we are. We breathe the same air. We feel the same feelings. What's with all this stupid war? Привет from Washington, D.C. Hey, you are in the enemy's nation's capital. Invade the capital. No, okay, we tried that a few years ago. Editing comes from your educational background. Tak. Yeah, Tak. Толстый. Yes, this guy or me? I'm also толстый. I'll show you my crow. I want to see your crow. Hello from Dominican Republic. Mix of Portuguese pirate. I am spiritual. I'm Czech. I want to know. Okay, this A, E, and O, E. It's not in. So I speak and read and write Russian. I don't know what this A and OA means, but we have the Cyrillic language alphabet, and it's Uy and all that other stuff. How can I show you my crow? I hope crow is not code for something else. I don't know. I can't really see your crow. Is there any way I can look at who answered this? Answer. Okay, no. This is kind of fun though. I love your videos, very funny. Also, love the video about Pop-Tarts and love your hair, very pretty. Thank you. That's fine. My hair is pretty. No! I want you to say my hair is handsome because I'm a man. Привет from Netherlands. Hello, but I'm half Russian, thanks to my mom. Good for you. My amazing beard. Yes, I understand. That was a joke. Lots of debilism in the chat. Nah, that's what the chat is for. Okay, little guy. I'll put you here. Okay, relax. That is it. You know why I am debil? Because I bought a cat. And I love my cat, but I'm allergic to cats, and I've had a cat my whole life. This guy. He's so lazy. He literally just, look at this. I put him to the side. He's just like, okay, my life is here now. And he is just chilling. Okay, cool. Now I have a companion. Anyways, so we were talking about, you want me to talk about Tolstoy? Yeah, lots of people in the chat asking me like, and in Slavic Therapy asking, I am from this country, why am, Slavic, this and that, how can I be not debil? It's not about where you're from, it's about in here. We're all the same, like I said, we go through the same things, different countries. You know what's amazing about traveling, why it's amazing? Is because you see all of these different evolutions of the same thing, right? Different societies, whether you go to Asia, Russia, Europe, same thing, North America, whatever continent, country you go to, it's different, such different people, but they are still people. And I don't mean different people, I mean different ways of life, right? You go to Thailand, you go to India, you go to whatever, and you see them doing these things so differently, but at the end of the day, they do the same things. They have friends, they love, they hate, they eat, and they sleep, right? So it's just different ways about going about the same things. It's very interesting to see. And yet we still fight over these mundane things, even though we all want the same thing at the end of the day. We just want to, that's the thing about life. What do you want? Somebody in the chat, tell me right now, what do you want? You don't know. I don't know. I'm doing my best. You are too, but nobody knows. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the point is not to know, but be okay with it and do your best every day anyways. Right? I don't know. Look at this guy. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he wants. He's happy. He's just licking his paw and fucking being fat and shitting all day. That's all he does. I feed him, he shits, and he plays sometimes. And he chews my wires. I still love him and he's happy, whatever. I fell in love with a boy from Denmark and he was in love with me, but he said we can't be together because I'm German and Romanian. Then, you know what? Fuck him. If you can't be together because you are different, then he's not the one for you. Good riddance. It's good that you did not end up together, because if he is that kind of person, if he truly loved you, he wouldn't give a shit, okay? It's not love, that's huinya, okay? I love your live. Thank you. This is fun. I like it. It's like therapy for me because I'm too cheap. I drink and I make speech into camera. Peace and comfort. I want to write a song, write a book, have a family, and be kind. That's a great purpose in life. You are not debil. I approve. Literally. Write that down. Write a book, have a family, and be kind. If those are the three things you live by, what an amazing life that is. Move somewhere, figure out financials, whatever. That's mелочь. That means small details. And yeah. That's it. Everything you do every day is driven towards those things. Being kind, having a family, writing a book. Who wouldn't love that? Am I Slavic if I'm Romanian, German, and Polish? You are Slavic if you want to be Slavic, блядь, okay? If you drink vodka and say swear words in whatever language, you are Slavic, okay? We just want to fall in love, have a decent place to live, and do what you love for a living. Yes. You're saying thank you. Yeah. You're the person that asked me about the guy. Yeah, don't. If the person you love doesn't love you back, love you back because of your background, fuck them. You'll find somebody. Here, let's talk about love for a second. I'm no expert, but by the way, I am married. And my ring is on the right hand because I'm Orthodox. It's not, I think it's cliche to say when you know, but I think you do, because it's just easy. After all and you have to go through all the bullshit. Dating the people that you don't match with, breakups, because you have to learn about those things. And then you meet somebody eventually, if you're not crazy person, that just matches. It's statistical. To a certain point, it's statistical, right? Okay, if you're a man or a woman, 50%, or gay or straight, whatever, right? Whatever you're into, that's a certain percentage of the population that's cut off. Okay, and then think about your values. You have to match your values, right? Whatever you like. So do you like, if you're a devout Christian, right? and that's important to you. That's another percentage of the population cut off. Or if you're not, it doesn't matter. If you like this movie, you have to make a list of your deal breakers, right? Know what you want. And then right away, cut the bullshit. Be Slavic about this. Don't be debil about your love life. If you want to sleep around, whatever, there's a certain age for that. But eventually, if you're serious about finding a life partner, not just a fuck buddy, make a list, know what you want, and then right away. First date, this is what I'd ask the questions, okay? For example, for me, I am straight man. I'm like, okay, I sit down. Hello, are you gay? No, great, check mark. 2, like you are funny, I like it, we match, we vibe, you value, you want kids, right? I want kids, check. Do you see yourself in the future having a family? That's a big thing. Some people don't, some people do. There is no right or wrong. It's what do you want? You make that list, find somebody that is match enough, and then it's easy. And then there's no bullshit. There's no like playing these games like, oh, will she text me? Look, like it's not the right person. If they don't text you back, fucking sends them to the door. They're not the right person. No games, no time for games. Like I said, life is short. You don't have time to play games. And eventually you will find the person. Statistically, it's not. And then guess what? I say, when you know. I don't really believe in soulmate. I believe, I love my wife. She is amazing. I couldn't do this without her. But, I'm sure there's, again, statistically, a certain amount of other people that would be as good as a match with me. But I found my wife. I'm like, okay, you're an amazing person. I locked her down. I'm happy. That's it. And everything's good so far. And just because you find the right person doesn't mean it's easy forever. It's a relationship. A serious relationship is also work. So you have to communicate and you have to establish, how your partnership works. And you have to keep working on it, or else you fall out of touch, and that's where problems happen. Now, I haven't been married for a long time. I'll let you know in fucking, I don't know how many years, how it goes, but so far that's what I found. Twin flames, I don't know what this means. You locked her down. Is she in the basement? Yes, she cannot escape. She is mine now. No, she has a real job at work. I'm blogger huyoger. She's fucking at work doing work. Привет, you are correct. Life is too short to play games. How to work on it? What is it? I think I have Russian soul. Maybe. My Russian mom never taught me how to swear in Russian and doesn't want to. How can I become true Slavic? We have the internet nowadays, it's very easy to learn. I have a couple of videos that I'm excited to do, this Russian translations that don't make sense in English. I haven't done one of those in a while. I found a very good phrase that I want to do. Let me tell you what it is. Where is it? Okay, Russian expressions that don't make sense in English. I'll post this video. I haven't shot it yet. I will shoot it, I think, tomorrow and post it next week or something in the new year. But the phrase is, where is it? Okay. It's «Мудям не прославишься, когда хуй не велик». Okay? Now, I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that understood this. Basically means you won't be famous for your bush if your dick is too small. Now, if you think about that for a second. Who can tell me in the chat what that means? To me, the meaning is basically actions speak louder than words. I just love how direct the Russian version of that is, right? You will not be famous for your bush if your dick is too small. That is hilarious, right? It means if you talk a big game, you have to prove it. Just because you have big bush doesn't mean you have big dick. We get into a fight, show me your dick. Oh my God, I love Russian. Okay. Yes, I am debil because I believe more in others than myself. Time to flip the script. Thank you, brother. You are not debil because of that. That is very, no, you are not debil because of that. You're just a very empathetic person. And we lack that in humanity. I think we lack empathy. So it's good that there are some people still that care more about others than themselves. That's one of the reasons I love my wife, because she truly is very empathetic and she cares about others more than herself. And I see a lack of that in my own character. So that's where that's one of the matches that I told you about that worked, because she is so empathetic, and I try to be nice, but I still feel like I can do better, and that I am too, what's the right word? Like, yeah, I'm too self-centered. I have to be more about my family and my community, but she is a goal that I strive for, and she helps me become a better man in that way. Мы тебя тоже любим. Я вас люблю. My dad didn't like the kids running around with pants too big for their britches, right? Nice. But, that's the way it is. Let's see, should we do another Slavic therapy or talk about Tolstoy? Oh yes, let me finish talking about Tolstoy for a second. We were talking about Tolstoy and empathy. That's what I think the main message of Tolstoy is, empathy, right? Let me just, his main books, right? Lev Tolstoy. His full name is so Russian, by the way. Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy. So Russian. That is great. But yeah, like War and Peace, Anna Karenina, Death of Ivan Ilyich. And my favorite actually is, I don't think it's not on the list here, but it's his essays about what is art. That's literally the title of the book. It's an essay technically, but it's so long because Tolstoy, every one of his book was way too long. Very, the Soviet Union can rise and fall again before you finish one of his books. But so I read the essays before reading any of his books, and truthfully, I haven't really finished any of his books. I've started reading them, and then I've skipped to the Spark Notes because I'm like, что за хуйня? It's so long. But what is art? Basically, he's critiquing other big authors, but I think he's actually critiquing his own work. And he says essentially that his answer to what is art is empathy. Art is a vehicle for empathy, because through art you can kind of put yourself in your comrade's shoes in a way that no other medium allows you to. And like I was talking about, all of his books are very long and complicated. Lots of different characters, good characters, bad characters, plot, a very complicated plot. And I think the point of this is to show you, as a person reading this, you have your own judgments automatically of anything, right? Of people you meet in real life and of these characters. And then it's so long and windy, and you see why these people make these decisions, and you empathize with it because you see, oh yeah, maybe this person is mean and evil because this happened to them. And if this happened to me, I would also kind of be like that. And that is a very deep, deep message because everybody, like I said, everybody is human. The most evil person you can imagine, the person right now that you hate in your life or in history that you can think about it, there is a reason they are that way. It's not like I don't believe people are born evil. It's not nature, it's nurture. It's your environment that makes you that way, right? So that is my belief. And I don't know why they become this way, but you can always be empathetic towards them, because guess what? This person you hate, they are also human. So whatever this evil is that they are acting on, it is also inside you. And you have to be careful in your life not to feed that evil, because you can also become like them. So to a certain extent, you cannot judge anybody, because whatever they're doing, this potential is always within you. And also the same thing goes for good, So you have potential, but you have it both ways, right? It goes both ways. Anna Karenina. Здравствуйте, как дела? I look like James from Cortis Red. I don't know what that is. Let me Google it. James Cortis. James Cortis? is like Japanese guy. Oh, okay, thank you. A good point. About what? Pushkin. Pushkin. I read some of his like childhood novels. I haven't read much Pushkin actually. Добрый день. I'm Russian lady, born in Russia. I live in Canada. Hey, me too. I wasn't born in Russia, but I was born here. But I live in Canada and I'm Russian. It's okay, I guess. Tolstoy, the poet Anna Kamatova, didn't like him. She called him Мерзкий старик. Okay. But he was no debil. No, he can't be debil. And that's the thing about art. It's not whether you like it or not. There's no... I don't understand critiquing art. It's like music, food, you know? It's subjective. It's art. It's like not whether you like it or not, good or bad. I think it's great. That's all that matters, you know? Obviously, enough people think that his insights are deep and applicable that he is considered to be one of the literary legends of, you know, of history, not only Russia. So obviously he was onto something and resonated with enough people. So I think that opinion is invalid if you think he's good or he's bad. He's Tolstoy. Read it, take what you will, move on. Words of wisdom, Matt. You never know what someone has been through. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying that the Serbs who murdered 1,000, we should have empathy for them? Look, I'm not saying you should have empathy for them. I'm not, you know, war criminals, all of this bullshit. I'm saying that, guess what? You're a human too. If you think these acts are unimaginable, they're not. You don't have to imagine them because they happened. They happen at the hands of other people just like you. People killing people, whether you're a person doing the killing or the person dying. Both people. That's something to think about. You don't have to draw a conclusion. I'm just saying you have to think about it. Okay, this is an important point, and I have to do this carefully because this is a sensitive topic, truly. Let me pull up a quote from my boy Marcus Aurelius about this very thing, about empathy for people you think are evil, right? And look, right? So, the offender is akin to me, not by blood, but by mind. We are same in nature. Therefore, he cannot truly harm me. Right? Something to think about. We are the same in nature. If you think that all these bad things that happen, I would never be able to. You should see. You've never been put in a position where you have you ever been on the front lines? Have you ever? I can't say it because I haven't been. You know, I don't know what it takes to take another person's life. That's insane, right? But, you know, people in wars on both sides. That's the sad thing about war. It's old men that want more money that are forcing young men to go and fight for them and compromise their morality, kill people they don't know. Right now I'm reading about American Revolution, very interesting, but it's, you know, America was originally, you know, obviously Native Americans, then it was a British colony, there was like French and then British 7 Years' War, whatever, but it's the 13 colonies that rebelled against the kind of overstep of the British, right? It's literally British people living in America, British colonists, fighting against their home countries, their motherland. A generation ago, their ancestors, their fathers and grandfathers were fighting together against Spain and France, and now American Revolution, they're fighting against each other, right? Stuff like that. It's human nature. So I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's never black and white. These days with social media is so polarizing, right? Like, this guy's bad, this guy's good. I'm just saying think before you make these conclusions. Right? Same thing, I can't, like, you know, I'm Russian, but I'm part Ukrainian. I have a joke about this in my act. Buy tickets to my next show. And it's a joke. I like making jokes that have some truth in them. And I talk about how we are all literally brothers and sisters, okay? And now, because of everything that happened you know, I understand there's conflict, but it's, yeah, it breaks my heart, but, you know. I'm Ukrainian American, married and Ukrainian from Ukraine. We currently on the way to this friend's place for a long weekend and New Year celebration. His friend just sent us a photo of a cart full of alcohol, and now I am bitter scared of what will go down. You're gonna have a fun time. You might not remember it, but trust, it will be fun. Khabib or McGregor? Oh my God, that's a good question. When I was watching that fight, I was on Khabib's side because McGregor was being a bit of a dick, but man, McGregor, it's sad to see how great he was, how cool. I was a kid when I was watching him, you know, I was like, this is the coolest guy ever. He was so awesome. And now he's doing cocaine and, you know, drugs and whatever, so whatever. With great power comes great responsibility. Конечно, I guess my father gave me debil brain. Hello, greetings from Serbia. Hello, I would like more friends. Make more friends. Go make more friends. Nobody's stopping you. You look like one of my nephews. Handsome faces from Ukraine. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Greetings from Serbia. Look in Bible. We harm ourselves in the end. Matt, do you have an idea how many people in the world you are talking to? I'm from Brazil, not proud of it. No, sometimes I try not to think about it. It's a lot. And it's not even a lot. Like, I don't have a lot of subscribers yet. I'm trying to grow. I'm very thankful for each and every one of you here and that watch my stuff. Thank you. I love you truly because you let me do this for a living, and I'm thankful. But I want to grow and reach more people. But sometimes already the amount of people I reach, like some of these reels and some of these videos, those numbers, I'm like, wow, it's baffling. And that's, you know, the magic of the internet or whatever. It's good and bad. It's magical. The ability for us right now to connect like this from my living room to wherever you are is good, but it also does things that, you know, like with anything, there is good and bad. We have to learn how to make the most of it. Read the book, War is a Racket. I've heard of that book. I will. War is just stupid for the most part. Not for the most part, for every part. Do you like UFC? Yes. Почему у тебя польская фамилия? Польская фамилия? She is asking, I think I'm sorry if I misgendered you. They are asking why I have Polish last name. Because I am part Polish. I did this 23andMe. I gave my DNA to the government to make bioweapon. I'm stupid, but I'm like literally 99% Slavic. It's like everything mixed, like mostly like Ruska, там какая-то область, mostly Russian, some Polish, some. I have apparently my parents told me, like, and great grandparents told me that there is like German relatives, but I did not find in 23andMe unless it is lying. So I have a little bit of mostly Russian, some Polish, some Ukrainian, some other stuff, but very Slavic. I love UFC. I think I'm #1 fan of UFC because I've been fighting my whole life. I started in judo when I was 3 years old. I was actually champion of America in judo when I was junior. You can Google this. Matthew Pujitsky judo. You will see. I'm not lying. Then I did Muay Thai for 10 years. I still do Muay Thai to practice. Now I do a little bit of jiu-jitsu because I am gay. Yeah, very nice. No, jiu-jitsu is a very fun sport. There are winners, there are losers, like in any sport. Unless you're gay, then you win no matter what, okay? Gay guys that do jiu-jitsu are like straight guys that do hot yoga, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's enough. Enough stand-up comedy. But yes, I do jiu-jitsu, not because I'm gay, but because I like it now. So I like UFC, because I practice my whole life. I love watching. It's very entertaining, and I think UFC #1, then hockey, and that's it. What else do I like to watch? Not even boxing, like UFC specifically. Soccer is fun. Basketball. Football a little bit. American football. Yeah. Привет, Uncle Vanya. Greetings from Poland. Hello. You have to execute especially. Yeah. I read a lot about the Second World War, obviously because of my family connection to it. And, you know, people talk about Hitler a lot, but Stalin was fucking arguably worse. I think, in terms of like how many people. Hey, let me tell you some facts. A lot of people, because I grew up in Canada, I had Canadian historic education. But my babushki and prababushki and pradedushki that served in the Red Army during the war, that fought in the war, told me it's a true history. I am, you know, I'm based. And not even this, there's like certain programs, Dan Carlin, very good program, Ghosts of the Austin Front, that tell you the true statistics. On the Western Front, there was something like 400,000 casualties on the Western Front. On the Eastern Front throughout the Second World War, how many people do you think were casualties? So this is like, you know, Germans, but mostly Soviet people, right? So Slavic, everybody. Soviet. When I say Soviet, it surprises me how many people don't know what Soviet Union was. It's not just Russia. It's all the Soviet countries that, you know, former Yugoslavia, Ukraine, like all of those countries were Soviet, like under one thing. It's a whole history lesson. But during the Second World War, the Red Army, how many people died? Casualties, civilians, casualties, and deaths. Right? Western Front, 400,000. Soviet, 23 million. Now, this is just a number that comes out of my mouth, and it's something like that. It's in the 20s. You can't even imagine this. Like, still, if you go to like Russia, like back home, right, there is less females than there are males because most of the males of that generation died in the war. It's crazy. Do you have funny comeback for when Russian are talking to you without realizing you understand Russian? Чё, охуел, бля? I don't know, something like this. Or just pretend you don't understand. And then at the last moment, be like, what were you saying? Or like, you know, pretend to be American. Be like, what's that language? Is it like Polish or something? Oh, Russian, yeah. What were you saying? You're saying debil, something like that? Okay, nice. Well, it sounds really good. Пошли вы все нахуй, you know, and then leave. Would you play the role in a play? What play? Sure, yeah. Show Matt some support and like this video. Yeah, there's 49 likes on this shit. I've been streaming for 71 minutes. Whatever. I don't do it for the likes. This is fun. Привет. Ты такой классный. Sorry, you will see how bad my Russian reading is. Remember, I grew up in Canada. Мой жених из Нью-Йорка и почти не говорит по-русски, но учится у тебя. Мы оба обожаем тебя. Спасибо большое. Я намного лучше говорю по-русски, чем читаю. Я не умею читать по-русски. I learned to read Russian when I was baby, and then I didn't because I went to school in Canada. And then in second year or third year of university, I did Russian for native speakers. I'm like, this will be easy. Easy easy. I speak Russian. Oh boy, I was wrong. It's so hard to read and write the whole... there's like memes about this, you know? Like in English, you say, I went, I go. And then in Russian, it's like, пойдем, пошли, поехали, whatever. There's a million ways to say it. Yeah. Little Wolf. Я русская, украинка и белоруска. Собрала всех. Yeah, a lot of... See, that's the thing. Nobody's... Who is Russian? What is it to be Russian? If you are Russian, you're also Ukrainian, vice versa, okay? I know a lot of people will not like that I say that, but you can fuck off. It's all the same bullshit, okay? We all eat borscht, drink vodka, and we are mean to gay people together. Что ты о России думаешь? I don't know. I grew up in Canada, and he's asking what I think about Russia. I think a lot about Russia, okay? I am Russian, and I yeah, it's um, it's again, it's not like, you know, if we're talking about corrupt nations, I don't want to get too political here. YouTube is gonna cancel me. Mark Zuckerberg, Zuckerberg, or whatever. Russia is doing bad things. Ukraine is also doing bad things. So is fucking America. So is every country. You know, like I said, it's not. You know, I think there's too much access to all this news. People get so invested in this political stuff that they forget to live their own life and not be debil themselves. That is what I think. Fuck Russia. Fuck every other country. Fuck your country. The best way you can contribute to world peace and your country is to not be debil in your daily life and what you do and your friends and your family, okay? Be like this guy. Look at him. So peaceful. Just sleeping. Hey, Jibuzia. Hey, Jibuzia. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Okay. Okay, it's 74 minutes. I'm going to end this live soon. This was fun. I will do this more often. I think maybe here, maybe I'll try Instagram, maybe TikTok, I don't know. Follow me. If you're here and not follow me on Instagram or TikTok, follow me on the other ones. Honestly, I post the same shit everywhere. And here I post only long form content, so it's more interesting anyway. So if you're following me here, good job. But if you want to see a show, I don't post as much promo here for shows because, you know, YouTube posting is weird. So follow me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever to see where I'm doing shows. Russia is cold. My family I have family now in St. Petersburg and Siberia and Latvia. And in St. Petersburg right now, it's the same as, it's like it was snowing, and then it melts and it's rainy. You need a heavy jacket. You make mistakes in German too. What? Are both your parents Russian? What's your history with Russia? I said towards the beginning, but my parents, like I said, my parents actually came to Canada from Latvia. But ethnically, we are not Latvian at all. It's because after the war, my great-grandfather was sent to Latvia to, you know, propagate Russianism. Yeah. Has blood on their hands, and the problem is that people on top who could care less about it. Yes, love Kitty. I love Kitty too. Please keep doing. Love your shit. Thank you. I love your shit. You speak French and play golf as well. Oh my God. Matt, you are handsome, intelligent. Love your comedy. Stop! Stop it! No, I am debil. I'm trying not to be. Please untie your hair. I would do it naturally, but because you're telling me to do it, I feel like I am selling my soul if I just do it for you. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, fuck it. You better super like or some shit. I don't know how you do. I don't know how this works. Let me see. Chat, filter. What's this? Plus. How do I end this poll? This is here. I'm gonna delete this Q&A because it's doing nothing. Let me fuck around here. Pin to live stream. Buy. Oh, here. Pin to live stream. Look, you can buy my mug. I'm gonna unpin. I'm gonna this. You can buy it to support me if you want. It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. So you're supporting me by being here. What does this do? I'm gonna. Oh. Okay, unlisted. I don't know what. Oh, retouch. Look at that. I can press it so there's a filter so I look more beautiful. Fuck off. Turn that shit off. You want to see my face like it is. No makeup, no bullshit. I don't care. What's this? Effects. Underwater. Woo. Sorry, I'm just learning about the features. Okay. Russia has very poor people in rural areas. Lots of alcoholism. I want to travel there, do AA service work. Do you really? I want to travel there too, but do you want to do AA service work? I think AA, alcoholism, is what helps them survive in those conditions. I'm out of vodka. Buy some more. Buy some more vodka. Who are my top fans? Oh, look at this. Slavalb 3933, thank you, #1 fan. Vanessa Scully 444, thank you. Skylar Steinbrink. Yes, you're the one with the crow, thank you. Look at all these people. What's all this XP? I don't know what it means. I'm so new to this. I just wanted to, talk shit. Hey, Matthew Pujitsky, you from Russia? No, I'm from Canada, but I'm Russian. Ты поляк или русский? Я русский, но у меня... я тоже поляк, у меня имя польское, I guess. Some keep asking me if I'm Polish or Russian. Yes. This was an amazing live. Potato farming next time, very important. Hey bro, big fan. Big fan of you too. Okay guys, I think this was enough for today. Thank you so much for joining me in this live, however many of you did. Like, subscribe, хуяй, whatever. I do not speak Latvian, I'm still looking at the chat. A lot of stuff coming soon. I'm filming some funny skits that I will post. A video about Tolstoy on the YouTube channel will be coming this week. Probably, maybe before the new year? No, probably in the new year. And live shows. I will come wherever you are. Please follow me on my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, everything, to see where my live shows are. And I will do live stand-up comedy. For the 51 of you in the chat, I'm going to stop doing the accent so you get a real inside peek about what I really sound like. Are you guys, how does it sound? I wonder what percentage of my followers think I actually speak like I was speaking before and not like this. I just want to see like one person talk about it. Anybody surprised that I do not? Yeah, okay. I have, in my act, my stand-up act, I do a little bit of the character, and then I do an impression of a pussy American man, and I do this. Yeah, it's weird to hear. Yeah. I mean, the thoughts and sentiments are the same, but okay, love you guys. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. I don't know how to end this.